Sagittarius, how you doing? I keep hesitating when it comes to trying to channel anything for you. For a start, I kept hearing, well, I had to turn it off. It's something about, I don't know, bored, frustrated, fed up, or having to turn off a life support machine, or some kind of like something around a brother or a mother. So there was 3 messages that started coming through. Mother, gastric band also. Hold on, gastric. Something to do with gastric band, brothers are in a band, some kind of like music reference, but then also something to do with, I don't know if I'm going to have to turn off a life support machine, okay? Or I'm going to have to cut you off physically, emotionally and financially. Like electric bit, oh man, you're getting quite a few messages now and I didn't have any for a start. Okay, I'm being bombarded by messages, so we're going to do a bit of scribing and then we're going to do a picture, whatever comes of scribing. Remote viewing, channeling, and then we'll look into some cards for you. Okay, so for a start, I keep hearing something around life support machine, cutting you off, turning off a life support machine, or something to do with around maybe hospital visit for a gastric band. Now, if any of you guys are going for an operation, please do not let me put you off by me saying turning off a life support machine. That would be for someone else. But because I'm also picking up like I'm going to have to cut you off financially, like the hand that feeds you, basically. The hand that feeds you is just about to cut you off and say, you know what, I'm no longer fucking feeding you, paying you bills, paying your rent, or I'm no longer paying you any, I don't know, rent or maintenance, or I'm not going to pay you any child support, or I'm not paying you for that kind of stuff. And it seems to be around money for a lot of it, this kind of channel messages that they're kind of getting at for a start. And I'm going to cut you off for the hand that feeds you, meaning that I am no longer going to be doing all of these kind of things. Now, it may be Steve or another Stephen, but like, I am no longer going to feed you. I don't think that is physical feeding. Why am I picking up like breastfeeding, feeding children, family-related kind of stuff that they keep bombarding me with, like family, bombarding me with messages one after the other, and I'm no longer going to keep putting up with this shit and I'm going to cut you off. Or like someone that just keeps coming at you like a bull, maybe, a Taurus. But don't forget, Sag, you can also watch this as a 5, Taurus or Sagittarius. We read in Numerology. Okay, I'll tell you that towards the end. But there is something like, I keep doing something and I keep doing it and I keep doing it. And you know what, Felicia, I am so fucking fed up with doing this, I'm just going to cut you off because I am not listening. So it's a bit like hanging up on someone on the phone. Hang might be dealing with a hangman or Hannah. Okay, or anybody beginning with H, Henry... anybody beginning with H, basically, okay, and it feels like that I might be cutting you off, okay, like, I ain't got time, okay, man, slow down, okay, I cut you off very quickly because I'm very sharp to judge, might be something to do around a Libra, okay, and because you're very quick, sharp, like, all like that, I just haven't got time to speak to you because you're too, like, forceful, and I'm just going to cut you off, like, I hang up on you, or I haven't got time to speak to you because of the amount of abuse or something that seems to be coming through. These messages can relate to anybody in your life. It doesn't have to be love life, family members, brothers, sisters, situations going on around your family, okay, or your love interest. But like, I haven't got time to speak to you, okay, it's monotonous, it's boring or something. I don't want to get caught up around speaking to you because if I do, you're just going to manipulate my emotions. You're going to start an argument and I'm sick to death of playing out the same role, going over the same thing and the same cycle. So the only thing I can do is pretty much cut you off. Then you've got a threatened behaviour of a threatened remark from a person. It could be called Mark, Melissa, Maria, Michael, Jackson, Julie, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack, okay, or Jackie, but like someone that then cuts someone off and threatens someone and says, okay, if you're not going to speak to me, then I'm not going to do this for you. Okay, and it could be, like I said, it could be a manipulative parent or a love interest that has difference of opinion between feelings, emotions, and physical objects of mundane stuff. So if you don't physically open up, I'll abuse you by saying I'm not going to do this that is on a mundane. So it's kind of like, if you keep physically abusing me, I am not going to lend you my car, or I am not going, could be have something around a Cancer in the life path 7. But like, because I can't manipulate your emotions and because you're no longer speaking to me or talking to me, and I can no longer gather any information about you and what you're doing about your life and the ins and outs of a dog's piece of shit or whatever, sorry, but or Trevor or Tracy or Treat or Tanya or Tanya or Talanya. But what it kind of feels like is that there's a person here that manipulates people's emotions because they can't get into their information, because they don't know about what's going on with their life. It fucking winds them up in your reading. Okay, is it your reading? Does it relate to you, Sagittarius, or anyone that you know of? But what they're saying is that because I've manipulated your emotions that long, because you've now cut all the information off and I can no longer find out what's going on with you, which means you could have blocked a person from Facebook, you could have physically stopped speaking to someone or anything like that. And because you have, now it's fucking actually really winding me up. Now I have to resort to tactics of saying that I'll basically take your dummy away. Or I will and this really could be happening from siblings to children, right? And if you don't do this, I'm going to think of another way that I can kind of manipulate you, which would be okay, I'll threaten you more on a basis of money and house and home, or because you see, this is where everybody will say, oh, well, but I'm picking up a huge, a shooting the messenger type sort of thing. I'm picking up a parent, okay, that manipulates their children with things okay, you live here, and because you live here, but I basically give birth to you, you live here, but you're supposed to open up your emotions so I can manipulate you. A family member realizes that they're being manipulated, and then the parent or the person uses someone on a mundane level that threatens the person to be homeless or nowhere to live, or just very small, minute kind of energy of okay, I'm not going to lend you something, or I'm not going to do this for you, okay? So really what it feels like is a very controlling narcissistic parenting kind of situation. Now, this could be an ex, it could be yourselves, I mean, I don't care, but it could be happening to you, okay? And if you're one of these people, there are huge signs around narcissistic parents, okay, that can do this to children, okay? Which is basically, like I said, there's so many levels to manipulation, but you've got a lot of messages that are kind of coming through. And the main one is really about someone trying to control someone's emotions, and when they can't, they try to control the mundane things of okay, if I take this away from you, that's going to make you want me, okay? And then when I've got me, you're not supposed to live here because you do live here and your parents, but you have to abide by my rules. And then when the person may say, okay, I'll move out, the parent has such an attachment of control that it makes the parent look bad, okay? So then they go back on, oh no, I have it. It could be a life path 4. It's been coming up, Scorpio, a life path 4. It's been coming up through the readings. I can't change them, Sagittarius, okay? So, it could be, I have such a strong attachment to you that I actually don't want you to leave. I actually don't want you to go, but I'm going to manipulate you to threaten you to say that if you don't do this, you're going to leave or go, or I'm not going to do this. When the person kind of thinks, oh, okay, fuck you then, okay, or Glenn, and then when they go, the other person then starts having a meltdown. Oh, no, I didn't mean it, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is with controlling people, which is also parents, I'm sorry for you guys that may be parents, I don't know. It doesn't have to relate to yourselves. I'm just picking up a hell of a lot of manipulation of feelings in this channeled stuff, okay, which is threatening behaviour of parents that if you don't do what I'm saying for you to do, that makes me look bad. What am I going to tell Joe Blogs next door and all the people that come to the house? What am I going to tell them that you do, because I need to know certain things about your life, like where are you going, what are you doing, what do you do for a job, and everything else, and I need to know all of those pieces of information, so when people ask me, okay, I can make you and myself look really good, and I can't tell them the truth, which could be around a 2 or a Libra, and I can't tell them the truth, so I have to just kind of ask you, okay, so-and-so's coming over tomorrow, or they're coming over next week, or your auntie and uncle. And because they're coming over, I need to know this personal info about you. Because when they ask me, I need to tell them what you're doing. And you're like, well, that's none of their fucking business what I'm doing. They're like, well, yes, it is, because they keep asking me and it puts me under pressure. So I need to know. You need to tell me what that is. And it's kind of like this dynamic of manipulating people, because it can be, like I said, someone that worries about their stature that much, like how am I going to look on Facebook, okay, if you don't have a job, okay, or how am I going to look on Facebook or whatever if you're a drug addict or something like that. and it's manipulating people. It's kind of like what I've got, and it's sort of like multimedia kind of based things. It's also about the stature of me and how do I look in front of people, and it doesn't matter about fucking anybody else. It just matters about centre of attention, and that's why it's coming across a extreme amount of narcissism, and it really comes through as parents. So it can be ex of yours and stuff like that, and so on and so forth, okay? So there's one message for you that you've got coming up to be aware of, because the person seems as if they're going to be having some sort of like, I don't know, breakdown, or like me when I witness narcissism, it comes in waves. You can have moments of clarity of silence from the person, and then all of a sudden they worm their way back in, and then somehow wangle it so you end up talking again or something like that, okay, and then it happens again, and it's kind of like this. I find narcissism comes in waves of like a week or 2 weeks, and then a complete and utter meltdown, and then a destruction, build, lower, build, destroy, build, destroy, build, destroy. Okay, so you got that kind of strong, prominent message here for you guys. Then I heard something also around turning off a life support machine, so I'm really not sure what that is, okay. So, but it really comes through as a message of, I'll cut off your life. So I'll completely get rid of you out of my life. Like, I don't want you in my life whatsoever. Okay, or Trevor, or anybody getting with T, Terry, anybody, I don't know. But, like, I'll cut you off completely. But it also feels like that I will cut you off financially as well. Or Nancy, or Drew, Andrea, Ansfield, from Mansfield, or Manchester. Okay, or Manning. Okay, someone called Manning. There's also what I'm picking up, like a Manny Vasquez. That would be a Sharon Stone. You've got like a strange person around this kind of energy here. Don't mess with cats. Cat? Is it something around a Leo? Okay, Leo. So I'm just picking up references of channeling from film. Something around a Leo or a cat or a dog or something like this, or around animals. I don't know if someone's using an animal as a tactic of manipulation or what. I don't know here, but it's kind of coming through. Anyway, so there's that. There is something about cutting you off financially. If you don't do as I say, I will cut you off here and you won't have that type sort of thing. And that seems to be as if it could really be around like finances and mundane things around the house and the home. I'll cut you off. I won't keep giving you any money or something like that, okay? Unless someone doesn't have any money and they're being supported by someone. I don't know what that's for, but there's a message there. Now, you've also got this, what I heard is a band of brothers, okay, like my brothers are in a band, and you've got like a lot of music references here. Like my brothers are all in a band, or they're all in a group, or they keep grouping up on me, and like well, I've got a lot of brothers and a lot of sisters, and I'm the odd one out, and my mother plays. Man, I tell you what you've got a classic symptom of a person that may have 1 or 2 or 3 children. Okay, now this could be your ex, and what they do is they highlight the 2 children and pinpoint problems with one of them to make them look bad, to say, okay, well, these 2 make me look great, okay, or my grandchildren make me look great, but you make me look fucking small. Or anybody that's called Smalley or Smalls or Smalls, right? I mean you. But like, okay, you make me look small, okay? You make me look terrible, okay? So I'm going to favour the other 2 children, okay, because they're great, okay? They're brilliant, okay? They're going to be doctors or nurses, or they're going to win the fucking beauty pageant, okay? But you're terrible, okay? And it seems to be happening, and then all of a sudden, when the 2 children or the 1 child starts doing really well, the parent or the person starts to think, oh, hold on a minute, you're shining brighter than I am. It could have something around an Aquarian. Now, when I said Leo, that can be an Aquarian because we're looking at 8. I read in Numerology. Okay, so 8. Leo or an Aquarian person. Okay, and I'm the one that has the limelight. I'm the one that has centre of attention. And everybody has to pay attention to me. Okay, because they do, I'll make you look really good and you look really good, but you terrible. And when the 2 twins or whatever start to say, okay, we're doing really well, I've got like top grades, I've got everything else, blah, 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 I've got a great job. The parents then starts to think, hold on a minute, you're overtaking me, you look better than what I do. So now I need to start favouriting this one and putting you 2 down. And there could be like 3 children that are involved in this, okay, 3 kids, okay. Now it can be grandchildren or children, and 3 might represent a Pisces being one of them or all of them, but I'm picking up a huge representation of like 3 children, okay, or like a dynamic of me and my new partner and my ex-husband or wife, and there's a dynamic that's going on between children of favoritism, okay. The one child speaks to me, but the other children don't speak to me. Or I live with one of them, but the other 2 live with their dad or their mother. And there seems to be this like fucking... I think I did this when I was doing a drawing. I am doing your drawing, sorry. When I was doing a drawing before, and I think I drew a night... Y'all dealing with a Scorpio or a Life Path 4 person also. I'm just letting you know that one. Because there's a huge obsession here. That's what I said to everybody. Life Path 4s are more obsessed about children than what an actual Scorpio energy is. It's like a deep-seated energy of obsession about children. And I said it in... What did I do? Taurus reading, for God's sake. So there you go. So that's just proving if you believe in my spirit, when I channel through numerology of 5, your message is... I did the Taurus reading. It's the same message. So you don't even have to be dealing with, well, you could have a lot of people that are like Taurus, Sagittarian places. But in the centre is an Aquarian. And I drew it as a North Star and said, in the centre of attention is a star energy, a North Star. So it means it's either happening or it's coming from an Aquarian energy of 8, Leo or an Aquarius, okay? So that person could be like an ex or a husband, but I would definitely say that they've got 8 in their chart somewhere, someone rising, or named Charlotte, okay? But like 8 in their chart somewhere, okay, here. Centre of attention. Yeah. Then you've got like messages of like gastric band, maybe going to the hospital or something, around weight. Okay, you got a waiting energy, which is probably Cancerian, Life Path 7 people. And then you got this band of brothers, like something to do with this, you can't see it here, but like an MPC, a Kaya 61 key, or mixing, mastering, making music, and you're just kind of like... And for some people that watch that say, you know what, Bev, I think it was, you always support the channel, thanks, but like none of the message ever seemed to relate. Y'all need something going on in your life, because if you're always bored, you're probably just watching tarot and you need to do something. Okay, so I can't help it if there's nothing going on in your life. Hopefully you don't really want to part of this sort of shit. You know, you don't want to make a reading fit and think, fuck, there's nothing going on in my life, I wish I had all this kind of dynamic, because no. So I'm also hearing dynamic duo, Dan, something to do with anybody that's called D, that has D in their name. Dean, Lean, Dean, Mean Machine, or like Danielle, Mean, Leanne, Lisa, Laura, Lucifer, Linda and Belinda, Liz, Tyler, Taro, Tanya. There is nothing. I've got to stop drawing because we've got to get on with your, looks like a dick. So Richard, Rachel, anybody beginning with R, okay, or D. D or R? DR, JR, Hartley, JR, who shot the sheriff? Or J, Jason, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, R, Lara, Laura. There's a lot of name energies here. Elizabeth Shue, for some reason. I'm picking up someone that has like a cast on their leg, and it might be like a sock or a shoe or something like that, or Elizabeth or Shue. Okay. Whew, that's very hot in here, Sagittarius. So, yeah, if you've never seen the channel before, I do loads of weird shit. It is not just about tarot card readings on this channel, okay? We do loads of different stuff and we change it up. It's very hot in the UK. Sorry if I'm a little bit behind, but I've been catching up on a lot of personal readings and stuff that I've had, and I can't do because I run different businesses as well, so I'm trying to keep up. Okay, so let's see. So if you want to join the teaching tier, there is a lot of stuff that's going to be going over there very soon. There's one over there from this month. There's probably about 30 videos over there so far. We're going to be starting to talk about manifesting through control and experience, and law of attraction. That is not what comes to you, it's what you go towards, okay, for experience. Anyway, let's see, Sagittarius, what has been going on with Sagittarius, because this is the moment after. Okay, the King of Cups. So someone here in the family or yourself is married in a relationship with someone, but this really could be the ex that maybe controls their manipulation. It's trying to get the king's attention, okay? Like, hello, king, what you doing? Okay, what you doing tonight, king? So some of you, like I said, you could really be married in a relationship with this King of Cups, okay? But it also looks like this king is slightly disappointed, okay? Oh, okay, man. It's the same message that came through. Someone says you're such a disappointment, okay? Like my mother or father is a disappointment, or my sibling is such a disappointment, such a disgrace, or the name Grace, okay? But like, you're such a disgrace, okay? Why would you do that? It's a guilt trip. Someone plays guilt trips by manipulating their emotions to make them feel guilty. They'll probably play a victim. That's what I'm saying. Oh, you done something very bad. You disappointed me. I can't believe that you said that. That hurt my feelings. That hurt my emotions. You're to blame for that. Okay, that's control. That's narcissism. Okay. It's making someone feel down. Okay. Accountable for something, anything in life. Okay. Let's see. Sagittarius, but some of you are just generally in love with this person that you're with, if you're with them, okay? But it seems to be coming from a sibling energy. Sagittarius, what's been going on? 10 of Cups, could be dealing with a Pisces for a lot of you. Why does it always rain on me? Is it because I lied when I was 17? 8, something to do around Leo or Aquarian, or 17. Yeah, so someone's in love, basically. You're in love with a beautiful woman or man, okay, but you're just coping with like an ex that always rains on your parade. It's a bit like that someone that pisses on your matches. Like when you do really well, someone doesn't really highlight their success. They kind of like piss on your parade. You know, some of you. Might be a gay pride I'm also picking up, like parade or something. But like, you know, when I have my successes in life, someone always pisses on my parade, okay? Or my party. It's my party and I cry if I want to. Something to do with someone's birthday. I don't know. Let's see. Sagittarius. Because if you're in love here and you're with someone, it's quite good. It's coming from a sibling energy. That's what I'm saying. I always shine a light upon here. Okay? I always shine this light upon you to say that you are the one that's in need. If you see the other two animals, okay, here and here, there's someone that's drowning, which is a crab, which is a life path 7 it could be happening to, or a Cancerian. Something to do with around a river of water, around a Cancerian, okay? But the crab is in there basically where the mother is shining the light right upon the Cancerian or the life path 7 to say that they are the one that is to blame, or they are the one of like the guiding light. It's you that's, you know, blah, blah, blah. And the other two siblings that are here looking to think, why do you always spend so much time focused on that one? Why is it the fact that we are not as good as that person? Or why is that person the one that's lost? Do you know what I'm saying? And it's coming from a mother energy here, okay? Could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Virgo placement, life path 9. But a moon always represents Mother Earth to me. So I represent it as a mother card. But, man, the reflection are terrible. It's like I need to put this light upon you all the time and go on about this person, and like I'm obsessed about this person, and I'm always talking about this person and this person, and I'm always talking about them, and I'm talking about them to this one and that one, and like, oh God, your brother or your sister are so great and blah blah blah, and you're like, hold on a minute, what about us? It's like, well no, they need my help more. I've got to help this person more than this person. And do you know what I'm saying? Like the attention always shines upon one of them, but not this two, okay? That's if you have quite a few family members. Now, if you are just a one-man band of one, and you like just you and like your mother or something like that, this person also always shines this light upon you as if like butter wouldn't melt in your mouth, maybe. Okay. But I keep picking up like siblings are like, oh, you're always focused on that one, like as if butter wouldn't melt in their mouth, you know, as if they've never done anything wrong in their life completely, okay, or the name Lee, okay, or Lisa. But like you always say that this person is better than me, or that person is better than me, or you always focus on them. You need to find focus somewhere else, okay, or them, Emily, Melissa, Maria, Michael, Sagittarius. 4 of Wands. So it is going on at home. For a lot of you, you are married. You are married, and there's a very good relationship here. If you're not married, you're just in a very good standing with your relationship. I just feel that there's a hell of a lot of stuff that's being interfered with family. I really do. That's what I keep picking up, that like I said, you know, you could be a person where you're in a relationship and this is your mother and she has a placement of like Sagittarius or Taurus somewhere, okay, and the sibling is in a relationship and the mother is the one that's always caught in between a rock and a hard place of all the other people that are within it, okay. Now that's only if you have a very manipulative mother, because the channeled stuff, I can't ignore that, okay. If you don't, it's basically showing me a card reading of you guys that are in a relationship that are doing your best to work through your karmic energy of family. And I don't know if you've noticed my readings, if you've been following me for a while, that a lot of the messages are changing to not really so much love interest people, but like family karmic energy, okay, around siblings, daughters and fathers, that kind of stuff. I keep going on about it for the last month, okay? That normally means that there's something that is going on that is... I always believe in karmic energy, right? Obviously, everybody. But I always say that sometimes when you've been through the complete and utter mustard with your love life suddenly starts to be absolutely fine, and you pretty much know how to navigate yourself around your loving relationship. But then all of a sudden, in a certain sector of your life, the family start going crazy and blah, blah, blah. And it's more about family, grandchildren and house and home and that kind of stuff. And your karmic energy shifts where you have dynamics around parenting, okay, here. And that is kind of what I'm picking up for you, okay? So this is really should just be done over on Patreon, because I said that I would just do some stuff here, okay, and a lot of things that are basically just to give you a little something to look at, mainly around the channel stuff. Okay, so now if you want to join, this will be the full access bundle only on Patreon, which is weeklies and monthlies, okay. The full access bundle obviously going to be where I do a different deck right away, full spread, clarify, tell you what you got coming up, and then we also clarify it with In the Shadows, to see what a person's true intents are, how they feel, how they think, what their intentions are, and we try and separate it between who is what and what's going to happen and things like that. And then we clarify them all again with like the right away. Okay, so if you would like that, you can join the full access bundle. If you want the teaching tier as well, or just on its own, you can. It tells you all about what to do and how to join and how to save yourself some money going from one tier up to the teaching tier. Okay, if not, it's all there. But the teaching tier has got endless amounts of videos that are constantly put on there at different points of the time for each month, and then it just builds and builds and builds. But you have to search through it if you are on both tiers, because you'll have access to tarot and teaching. If you're on both, you need to scroll right up and go back to where it's teaching, or follow the tag system. Okay? Okay, Sagittarius, thanks very much, guys. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you on the other side.